Okay, so for this one, we need to figure out what cosine, or not cosine, cosecant of theta is. Remember that cosecant of theta is the reciprocal of sine. So if I can figure out what sine of theta is, I reciprocate that, and that is cosecant. So this is a unit circle type problem. Oops. Now you should have the unit circle like a good one. Like, so if you wrote it down in a hurry when we were taking notes in class, Google it and write a nice one, okay? Because that could be confusing too. So let's put a good one up here. So we'll say unit circle, because you could use that on your test. I'll let you use that on your test. Now I would derive it. I don't know. I'll show you both ways. Remember that on the unit circle, because your radius on the unit circle is 1, it works out that your x comma y value on the unit circle is actually the cosine value comma sine. Now I also know that this is a 45-degree angle, okay? Because it does one full revolution, which is 360. And if I want to figure out what my reference angle is, I take this 405 and I subtract 360 from it. And yeah, it's 45, right? So if I come over here and I look at the 45-degree angle, my sine is actually the square root of 2 over 2. So I just go, okay, well, if sine of theta is the square root of 2 over 2, then this must be the reciprocal of that. Then I rationalize the denominator. That becomes 2 root 2 over 2. The 2's cancel and it's just the square root of 2. Okay. Now, when I say that I do the triangle thingy, I know, because I memorized the 2 special triangles, that this is a 45-degree triangle. And I know that this is 1 square root of 2, and that's based on the Pythagorean theorem. There's only 2 triangles that we need to know in a trig class. There's the 45 triangle, and then there's the 30-60 triangle. And this is 1, 2, square root of 3. And so once you memorize that, you could do any one of these unit circle problems, because notice that there's 30 degrees, 45, 60, and then you got to kind of memorize the 90-degree ones. That's the one where you know that that's where you use this the most. But if I were to say cosecant, well, cosecant of 45 degrees, right? Well, what's cosecant? Well, sine is opposite over the hypotenuse, so this would just be the hypotenuse over the opposite. Well, this is the opposite, and this is the hypotenuse. Well, what's that? Square root of 2 over 1. Now, I prefer this way to do it, and I never have to look at the unit circle, but I don't know. You guys decide what works best for you. I remember when I took this, and I took trig in college, I remember my professor saying you can use the unit circle and memorize the unit circle, but this is the easier way. And I remember thinking that's a lot of stuff to kind of keep track of. But he was right. This is actually the easier way. So try it both ways. You decide which one you want to do.